telling the flowers, telling the trees how I love you. I'm telling the moon, telling the sun, telling the stars, telling each one how I love you.
This couple...
No.
See that old couple there?
Yeah, if they come over.
Beth, get ready.
I don't know, they're not coming this way. Oh, I see. Oh no, they look too old.
How does my hair look?
How does my hair look? You zoom right in on us.
Yeah. Oh, they're not for sale, but you might be interested in our new company that we're launching today. It's called cheatneutral.com.
And what we do is cheat offsetting. So if you're in a relationship or you're lucky enough to be with someone and for whatever reason something goes a little bit wrong, one of you does something that you probably shouldn't have done.
Happens quite often.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, what you can do is you can come to us and pay us a small amount of money. And what we do is we take that money and we invest it in couples like yourselves who are faithful to each other, and that way we can neutralise the damage that you've done to your relationship.
Do you think that you might want to sign up to our website or ever use our services?
Well, we can think about it.
Yeah. Have you ever cheated on your girlfriend?
No, certainly not.
Really? Why is that?
Because it would be wrong. I mean,
What about if I said you can pay £2.50 to our new company if you cheat on your girlfriend, and we'll pay someone else to be faithful for you? How about that?
no. I think I like my girlfriend too much.
That's very sweet. Have a balloon.
How about if he said, I got drunk and I slept with someone, but then I paid cheat neutral to offset that by paying other people to be single. So, the total levels of heartbreak in the world haven't gone up.
Yeah, that's all right.
You think that would be okay? So,
Because if a boyfriend and a girlfriend agreed that they would go by this rule, then you'd just be like, okay, I'll cheat, it'll only cost me $2.50.
Yeah.
Then everyone would cheat.
That's not balancing anything. It's just doing one thing and then doing something else totally different. I don't see the link between them except in our minds.
I think you'd benefit more from doing a campaign against cheating to stop them doing it in the first place rather than...
So you think it'd be better if people didn't cheat at all rather than cheated and then paid someone else not to cheat?
Yeah.
Stop them at the source.
Back on the Nighttime Friendly News Talk 1010 CFRB. Jim Bruley with you until 11. Ryan Doyle coming up at that time. Cheatneutral.com. What's that all about? Get a load of this, folks. We're joined right now by Christian Hunt. He's one of the people behind the website. How you doing, Christian?
yeah, not bad, thanks. How are you?
And Alex Randall from cheatneutral.com joins me now.
Hi.
You got this idea in the pub, didn't you?
Cheatneutral.com is a pretty innovative idea. Can you tell us about it?
Well, I'm really glad you think so.
What's your name, sir?
Alex.
Alex. Hang on. Beth?
It's Alex here.
We lost you for a second. Okay, Beth. So how does the website work?
Okay, well, what we understand at cheatneutral.com is that cheating and jealousy are just a natural part of most modern relationships, and what we needed was a market-based solution to dealing with that.
So what we offer is a service to help you neutralise your cheating.
Does that make sense?
No.
Right, okay, well, I'll...
Doesn't make any sense.
Wait, I think I get it.
So if I'm monogamous, a cheater puts money into this fund and I get money because I'm monogamous.
That's basically it, yeah. What we're making sure is that the total amount of cheating doesn't go up. So if you want to cheat, it's no longer something you have to feel bad about. It's just something that you have to neutralise, make sure the total amount of cheating doesn't go up.
So if I was on your little website, sweetheart,
Yeah.
and I cheated, how much money would you want me to give?
About $5.
$5?
Hell yeah! Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And then that gives you, that makes you allowed to cheat?
I think you're encouraging people to cheat.
You think I'm encouraging people to cheat?
Well, I mean, you're making it seem like it's okay. I mean, do you really think that by giving you money that it's going to absolve me of any guilt?
Okay, Jim. Well, I mean, let's look at where we got the inspiration from this idea. Okay, you may have heard of carbon offsetting.
Yeah.
You know, the idea that you can take a plane flight or whatever, and you're going to emit so many tons of carbon. But
You can pay into one of these, so-called carbon offset companies, and they'll pay someone else in a developing country to plant trees or, put in some low-energy light bulbs, and that absolves you of that guilt as well. So all we're doing is taking this well-established concept of carbon offsetting and moving it into the arena of cheating and relationships.
Great, you got the papers.
I've got the papers.
What did you get?
Financial Times, I'm not sure where we are. Society Guardian,
Yep.
and the Daily Mail. We're in
Great.
all of them.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
It's not going to be in...
Do they have an environment section?
No. This is just jobs. This is all jobs, it's not going to be in here.
Here we go.
Read it, read it, read it.
Let me introduce you to Alex, a shy young man you can sponsor to offset your own infidelity. Pay just £2.50 to support Alex's celibate existence, and you can continue your affairs with a clear conscience. You'll even receive a certificate. Alex is on www.cheatneutral.com. A spoof, of course. The idea of offsetting your infidelity is crazy, but a similar madness actually exists. It's carbon offsetting, and it affects us all. It's brilliant. And then at the end, he says, in every sector of the economy, it is possible to make changes that will secure a future for our children. We just need to cherish the planet, not cheat on it. That's great, isn't it? It's really good. So there you go. We should see if we can get him to mention us in Parliament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
There is really no place for carbon offsetting in an agenda that seeks to deliver carbon reductions for ourselves. Anyone who needs to understand this, just consult a website that exists at the moment called cheatneutral.com. It invites you to offset your infidelity. Does it reduce the sum total of infidelity in society? No, not a jot. But it makes you feel better. It has that ring of high moral tone that is so attractive to some of our policy making at the moment. But it is a scam. I would just say that the website is not a serious website. It's intended to ridicule an approach that deserves to be ridiculed.
Man, we've had loads of emails.
Let's start from the top. I'm a producer for KTLA Channel 5 News in Los Angeles. We're interested in doing a story about your website and would like to know if you have anyone in the Los Angeles area. Luckily, we've got our Los Angeles rep.
Los Angeles division. Yeah.
I'm doing a little story on your website for the Daily Telegraph, one of Australia's largest newspaper. I wonder if you might help me out by answering the questions, please.
Okay. Should we do the questions? Has anyone mistakenly taken your site seriously yet? And if so, any interesting tales?
The funniest guy has got to be...
It's got to be Loving Links.
Loving Links. I got a message on my phone.
What's Loving Links?
Well, can we just listen to it?
Can you put it on the...
Yeah,
Can you put it on speaker?
Put it on speakerphone. Okay.
3:18 p.m. Hi, this is a message from Cheat Neutral. My name's David Miller. I run the Loving Links organisation, which is a major resource for extramarital affairs.
Extramarital affairs.
It really is. It's a great site, yours. Maybe there's some way we might be able to work together.
I mean, it's pretty obvious what you're doing, which is which is subverting the whole idea of carbon offsetting.
Yeah.
Talk about the serious point for a second, Alex, which is what do you think is wrong with carbon offsetting? Because it may seem a reasonable idea to some people.
Okay, the point we're trying to make is that carbon offsetting doesn't provide us with a solution to climate change, and it in fact delays people in making real changes in their lifestyles.
What we need to be doing when faced with climate change is cutting our emissions in the West, because that's where the kind of per capita emissions are highest. Now, carbon offsetting does absolutely nothing to help us cut our emissions. Instead, it's saying, look, you can go on emitting if you pay for the privilege.
It delays people changing, their own life. It delays us making changes to our industries and economies, which at some point we're going to have to do if we're going to meet the challenge of climate change.
Even if the entire developing world was powered by renewables, we'd still have to make dramatic cuts in emissions in the West. And I think that's something that, sooner or later we're going to have to face up to.
And the longer we put off those changes, the harder it's going to be to make them, the more damaging and the more destructive it's going to be when we do eventually have to move to this low carbon economy.
Is part of it this whole, everybody wants to save the planet in a way. We all want to, we don't want to destroy the planet, but we actually don't really want to have a bad time either. We don't want to do things that are too hard for us, and therefore that's why carbon offsetting came in as a concept, because it's a kind of, I don't know what you might say, environmentalism light, isn't it? It's an easy way.
I think there are a lot of things, a lot of easy things that you can do, apart from carbon offsetting, that will make real and significant reductions in your personal carbon emissions. But more importantly than that, there's kind of political action that you can take.
We'd kind of like it to not have to be about personal sacrifice. What we really need is political action. We really need some kind of global framework that's going to make sense of emissions cuts.
You can lobby your MP, there are pressure groups you can join to try and persuade the government and influential people to make the real big policy changes that are actually going to make a difference to climate change.
I think that's pretty much all I need for this story.
Alex, you made me laugh. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Christian Hunt from Cheat Neutral, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, cheers, Jim.
You wise guy, you.
All right, thanks a lot. Hello? I hung up. Yeah, that's it.
What happened then?
It's just like, it's this totally schizophrenic show. They have about 5 or 6 people all on the phones at once. They have like someone who's sold their daughter's virginity to their husband, and then us, and then some guy talking about aliens, then this man-cow fellow, and some pre-recorded snippets, bits of music, and it's all just in, and he's like, he thinks I'm called Beth. He's like, so Beth, have you ever used this site? How's it going, sweetheart? I'm mad, they're all mad.
8 to 10 million people.
8 to 10 million people heard me being called Beth.
We've arrived. I'll put some money in this pot. Excuse me. We were wondering if we could talk to you about our company. No, you're not interested. Okay.
We were just wondering if you've ever cheated on your robot girlfriend.
Or if you'd be interested in offsetting that cheating. Not interested.
You've never
no.
cheated on your robot girlfriend? No.
No. Well, thanks anyway.
He's put his big shiny cock somewhere it shouldn't go.
Oh, no.